Alright, I'm going to do my Q&A. Yeah, you can join in. It's light-hearted, it's fun. Someone can open up and join. Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to my Cobra. I am here at Goodwood with many friends in the background who will interrupt this, which is my Q&A. Now, I asked on Instagram, which is this one, some questions, and I got a lot. 100 comments. 100 people want to know what I'm doing.
That's ridiculous.
They're doing...
Could there possibly be 100 things to talk about?
Well, let's see.
Well, come on.
There we go, first one. What was your first car? Did you crash it or sell it, and do you want it back?
It was your MG.
It was my MGB. I didn't crash it, I didn't sell it, and I don't want it back because I've got it still.
Exactly.
Anything you would change about either the Cobra or the MG? Oh,
There it is.
lots. The MG needs a light restoration and the Cobra needs wheel spaces on the back and not much else, so there you go. 5-car dream garage, McLaren F1 GTR, McLaren F1 GT, which is the long-tail road-going version, McLaren F1 GTR long-tail, which is the GTR long-tail version, McLaren F1, which is the standard road car, and then like a 250 GTO. Not including Cobras, it also says, so... What made you like cars and want to video them? My dad probably got me into cars, like everyone else. They're probably doing stuff in the background, so you can enjoy that. You can enjoy that. You can have fun.
Really self-conscious.
Will you ever buy a different daily soon and keep the MG and the Cobra as weekend cars? I'm looking at maybe getting a rear-wheel drive Japanese turbocharged car potentially, but I probably won't ever do that. It's just thought.
Finally.
S14, I'm thinking.
Oh, come on. I was just saying a second ago I want to...
Well, I want an S14, so if anyone has an S14, ideally a dark green one or maybe a purpley colour, I don't know. It's just an idea. If I get my MG into like restoration kind of work, I'll need a daily car, so maybe an S14. How far do you want to come with your YouTube channel? Earn money or just fun? Now, YouTube is just a hobby for me. I've got a full-time job, but I'll go into that some other video maybe, and it's just a hobby. So the reason it's a hobby is I can still enjoy going to these events. It's not like a chore, so there you go, that's YouTube for me. Why do you have such a passion for classic cars? I don't actually know, because I used to hate classic cars when I was a kid. I was a weird kid. I used to hate Ferraris, MGBs, I used to hate MGBs. I used to love Cobras though.
I used to hate Adam.
What's your thoughts on WRXs? I'm not a fan of Subarus. Does anyone like Subarus?
No, right.
Yeah.
There's your answer. Yeah. Would you ever consider going back to your London spotting days? No.
Do it.
No, it's full of like hundreds of people chasing after supercars that do nothing. I'd much rather go to a car show. There's more accepting community, everyone's happy and smiling. Why blue with white stripes for the Cobra? Probably because that's the classic look, that's what I always wanted as a kid, that's what I had on my poster on my wall, that's the classic look. I did consider going something more unique, but no. VTSV asks, how do you feel about man love? Well, he's gone off to the toilet, probably for some man love, but each to their own. I think that's the answer I'm going to give. Going on any trips this year? We should probably do some 3 classics, shouldn't we? I think maybe. I won't be taking this to Monaco because it's just too far, without a roof, without heating, without a stereo, without windows, without comfort. The seats aren't very comfortable, so probably not, but we'll see. Have you ever thought about getting a JDM car? Maybe an S14, maybe not, who knows, MX-5. How do you find all these car meets? Facebook, Google, lots of research, Instagram, I get invited, I have friends who go to other ones, and it's too difficult to me to explain how to find out. The best way for me to let you know about them is to post all the ones I know about on Instagram, which is what I do, so follow me here. There's a link there. And yeah, that's how you should find out about them. Is the colour combination on your Cobra your dream combo? Yes. There's the answer, I answered it earlier. Do you prefer filming supercars or tuner cars? Tuner cars I prefer because they're all different to supercars, which tend to be fairly stock. Are you going to Monaco? I don't know if I'll go to Monaco. What's your favourite Vauxhall? Oh, I was asked this on a live stream. I can't remember. Forenza, yeah, Vauxhall Forenza, that was it. I couldn't remember what I said. What's your favourite event of last year? Goodwood Festival Speed was decent, went up the hill in a 488 Spider. Yeah, it's always going to be Goodwood Festival Speed, and I'm looking forward to that this year as well. Has the novelty wore off, or is it still your dream car after owning it? The novelty's worn a little bit, only this much compared to like. So it's weird. I'm kind of used to it being my car, but it's still amazing to know this is my dream car. I finally got it. I don't know. It's a difficult question to answer. What car would I buy if I sold both the MG and the Cobra? I don't know. It'd have to be like a supercar. That's the only thing that could replace this, I think. What mods would I do to an S14 if I was to buy one? I'd want it a nice blow-off valve maybe, lowered, clean. I'd make it clean. What would you recommend for a good driver's car at 17? Nothing. Literally just buy one of those. What's that? Mazda 2. Mazda 2? One of those. There's no point trying to get like a driver's car. I got my MGB at 19 and that was doable with insurance. So you could try something like a low-powered classic. Dream 4-car garage, I've already gone through that, mainly McLaren F1s included. Which engine would you have? A 2JZ or an RB26? Having never driven a car with any of those two engines,
2J.
I can't really answer that. They both sound amazing.
JZ. They do sound good, but JZ.
We've got JZ as an answer, so that's the answer I will give. Seeming you go also to Jap car meets, are you tempted to buy something like an S13? Yes. Are you going to wrap the Cobra? No. Or get an exhaust system? It's got an exhaust. Cobras, these kind of cars, you can't just get like a Novitec exhaust system. You can't get an exhaust system for it. It's got an exhaust, that's it. People don't make aftermarket exhaust for a car like this, so I could try and open it up, take some baffling out maybe, but it's loud enough as it is. My neighbours hate me already when I wake up at like 5 AM for a car show. Are you any good with spanners? Do you get stuck in it or book it in the garage? I do as much as I can. I am a spanner, and with spanners I can do as much as I can with a car until I phone up. I'm quite a cheapskate, so I'd rather do the work myself. So no, I do know simple mechanics and all that. It doesn't come across in the videos obviously because I don't put that kind of stuff in the videos because it's a bit boring to have a video of me going If there's any car you could have, what would it be? The car would be a McLaren F1 GTR. What was your first car? MGB. Driving an Aventador or a GTR daily? If I could, I'd drive an Aventador, but I think I'd be too afraid of it, so I'd probably do a GTR. What's your favourite car now? Surely nothing can replace the MGB. I think the Cobra is my favourite. Sorry. If you're going to sell the Cobra, what would you get for the money? Again, I don't really know. What should I get if I was to sell the Cobra? Only a supercar would kind of, I don't know.
JDM.
Something JDM. Well, I could get that as well as the Cobra.
Well, I don't know.
There's
Well,
nothing.
this is
This is the dream car. There's not much else in
And then
this.
Yeah, all right,
range.
James,
you
mate.
sell it, and then you get the continuation or an actual.
I'd get another one. Now a question from Ollie T555 underscore.
right here then.
Oh,
He's right here.
there we go. That's fun. What do you think the future automotive content will be?
Nothing. It's all going to die.
It will be more unique, and there'll be more elderly people showing off their cars. They realise that they can pick up a camera. I am 80 years old. You never know. We never know. Because there's more and more people picking up a camera these days and filming themselves. I think there's going to be more of that. Older people might try it out. I don't know. What first time classics would you recommend?
MGB GT.
MGB GT!
Alpha Junior. Come on.
What's your favourite car with a 4-cylinder engine? MGB GT!
No, Alpha Junior.
Probably my MGB.
No, Alpha.
I don't know, it's hard to think of all of the cars ever with 4 cylinders. If you could add only one more car to your garage, what would it be? Something JDM and turbocharged maybe? Yeah. Supra S14?
Supra!
Would you consider ever going to America to show the car scene there? Yes, I'd like to go to America. Favourite classic car other than the Cobra? What's my favourite classic car that isn't a Cobra? 250 GTO. Ferrari 250 GTO. Favourite classic Ferrari as well? Well, it's the same answer. Would you think about putting a Ford engine in my Cobra?
Yes.
Oh, if that engine was to blow up, I would replace it with a Ford engine. That's my answer, if it was to blow up. So here's hoping. What? No, touch wood. No. Opinions on the Nissan Skyline range, and would you consider buying one? And when are you getting an S14? Don't know. And Skyline, I love R34s, I love R33s, and I love R32s, so... Why do you never film Fiesta Mark 6s? I don't know. There's so many of them, that's the reason. Are you planning on doing any 3 Classics videos this summer?
Yes.
Yes!
So.
Yes! Before Ollie moves up north.
Yeah.
What's the plan for future cars? And if not dream cars, what would you get next? I don't know, I've said a lot for that. Yeah. I'll aspire to get a McLaren F1 for you guys.
Yeah.
Best and worst things you've seen at a car show? Worst things I've seen accidents and arguments. Best things, just amazing sounding cars when you just like, oh! Why do you never film Mini Coopers? Because again, there's quite a lot of them. If I filmed every single car, videos would be 12 hours long, so that's why. Have you ever been pulled over? No. I'm a good boy. Do you have any tips for beginner car spotters for YouTube?
Yes.
Consistency.
Don't film Honda Civics. That's top tip.
Consistency is good, so keep doing it. And try and be unique. Don't copy other people. Be unique and yeah, find a niche. What was your first car? MGB. How long have you been interested in cars? All my life. Any plans for another car? Maybe S14. What camera and camcorder do you use? It's a Sony AX53 and a GoPro Hero 4, and I've got a Nikon D7000 for photos that I don't really use anymore. What's your daily car? MGB GT. My MGB seems to be the answer for most of these questions. What's your bank account details and PIN?
MGB GT.
It's MGB GT 12345. That doesn't even make sense. I can't remember off by heart, otherwise I'd definitely give you all that information. What's the next mod to the Cobra? Yeah, wheel spaces might be the next mod for the Cobra, hopefully. Have you claimed for PPI? I have not claimed for PPI. That's a weird question for Q&A. Would you consider doing reviews of cars to make your channel more content? I do reviews, but just not many. So whenever it comes about, I'll do some. Favourite BMW? The M1 Le Mans LM, M1 LM GT, the Le Mans M1. Favourite JDM car? What's my favourite JDM car?
S40.
I don't know, is it though?
Supra.
I don't know, I like them all on par with
You
each
like
other.
Skylines?
R34 GTR, that's a bit kind of cliched.
Yes.
I saw an R34 GTR last night and I was like, I don't know. Would you ever conceive yourself with a modern daily? I probably should, shouldn't I?
Hey, look at you, see the jacket he's wearing. What sort of question is that?
I could get a Vauxhall Adam. Hi, I'm Adam and welcome to my Adam. Or an Adam rocks, because Adam does indeed rock. Would you ever buy a JDM car? Maybe. Who and what inspired you to buy a Cobra? The Cobra's always been my dream car for as long as I can remember, so myself, I've inspired to it. I've got a feeling that the reason I like the Cobra, because the AC Cobra, my initials are AC, so I thought, yes, that's going to be my favourite car when I was like a toddler, so I think that might have been where it all started. Would you put an exhaust on the MG? It's already got an exhaust. What? No, I like the sound of my MG, so no. If you have the money to upgrade your cars, what would you do? I would put a Ford 427 engine in this, I'd put a 2JZ in the MG. Cobra or MG? I prefer only the Cobra. MG is fun to drive because I can chuck it around corners and just, I can use all of the MG, but I can only use the fraction of the Cobra in these conditions, but I prefer the Cobra. It's a better car. Are you ever going to buy JDM? Maybe. Do I like German cars? Yeah, I like all cars. Should I buy an MGB GT? If you want one, get one. I'm useless at this. What flavour crisps do you like? I don't like boring flavours like cheese and onion, salt and vinegar. I like spicy crisps, exotic stuff like Sensations. How awesome does it feel on a scale to 11? It's pretty awesome. There's an RS4 revving in front of me. I can't film it because my cameras are here. Ford or MG? Well, as a brand, Ford. Would you sell your Cobra and MG to buy a better car? I've already had that question. No, not now. What's the best car you've ever owned? This one. Oh, there's cake available. Cake! When will you buy a nice Nissan Silvia? Whenever I feel like it. Will you ever buy a JDM car? Maybe. How have you been enjoying the Cobra? Is it what you expected? Is it how you imagined? It's not quite as fast as I thought it would be, but it is still fast. Mainly third gear, that's when it's really fast. And it's just amazing to own. But I do worry about it. I worry it's going to bite me some point if I'm like, I don't know, but it's amazing. Are you doing any modifications to the Cobra? Maybe some wheel spacers. What job do you have? Again, I'll go through that in a later video at some point when I feel like it, because it's a personal life versus YouTube life, but I do have a full-time job as well as YouTube, so basically I have no life. I have no free time these days. This is all I do. Cars.
Poor boy, but there you go.
Is a modified Japanese car somewhere in the future? I keep repeating these questions. Yes, potentially, maybe. LS swap the MG for pure or Rotary it. I could Rotary or LS.
LSCMG.
The engine in the MG is quite solid at the moment.
Yeah,
so
that would be an expensive job, but then again, the engine in that car is still good.
We've got a question in capitals. What inspired you to do YouTube videos? I didn't hear that one. P.S. Can we please have a shout out? Well, I don't know.
Can I do this?
I was always watching YouTube videos like the normal Shmee 150 and the older boys, and then I've had a YouTube channel from like 2007.
Yeah,
and
10 years.
Used to upload like loads of random videos of rubbish, and then eventually I did more and more car stuff, got a few bit more following. And then I just it's just a hobby really. How much did you pay for the Cobra? Well, you can look online, see how much a DAX would be. I don't really want to say how much I pay for a car. It's again a personal question. Why do you not have a modern car daily car? Why do you not have a modern day daily? Life is too short to drive boring cars.
Life is really too short to drive modern cars.
Import or muscle? Even though this is kind of a muscle car, I have to say import in general.
Yeah, in general.
Congratulations on your channel, thank you. Question, have you considered reducing the size of the rims to your Cobra? Yeah. They should have 15 inch, I've got 18 inch, so it's a quite expensive thing to do.
Find a company that can do 15ers.
They're really rare to find, so down the line, potentially.
If you know any companies that do 15-inch Cobra wheels, do contact us.
What's your favourite car event to film at? I love all Goodwood events, they're great. But then also meets in car parks are great fun too. I think you should get on the YouTuber fights. I should fight KSI.
He will destroy you.
I've never had a fist fight or anything with anyone, if that's what they mean.
Yeah, I don't do this sort of thing either, so count me out.
How about no?
How about no?
Consider getting JDM? Yes.
Of course.
Do you have thoughts on where new media and yourself will be in 2, 5, 10 years time? Are the traditional car TV show and magazines going to die? I reckon so.
Slowly.
But it's really hard to predict. YouTube might not be around for that much longer. It's hard to predict. Facebook might take over. Who knows? Yeah. Magazines, they will die probably. Eventually. Newspapers, they will die eventually. The car scene is changing a lot. Everyone's picking up a camera and filming themselves. I'm lucky I got in there quite early. So it's hard to really describe. Where do I see myself in the future? Probably, hopefully, still in this car, filming videos for you and enjoying it. That's the point. I want to be a hobby, not a chore. The last question is, what is your favourite thing about each of your cars? The
Favourite thing
MG.
about the MG.
The MG, I love how I can use all of it, and it's fairly reliable as well. It hasn't let me down for ages. And it's just honest. I've been through a lot with it. It was my first car. It's just so close to me.
It's
honest, and it's small, chuckable, reliable, and
it's good on good insurance.
good on insurance, cheap on insurance. Although I got a good deal on the Cobra, to be fair.
Yeah, and the Cobra.
And the Cobra, I love how loud it is.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that it is as close to the dream car that I've always wanted as possible.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that I have managed to acquire this car so early on, and I never thought I would do. If I was to go back a few years, look at my YouTube channel when it was then, and look at it now, I just can't believe how many people watch the videos and met so many great friends through doing it as well. And just done so many things, so much of an experience.
Friends and cars.
Indeed-o!
Adam, would you like a piece of cake?
I would love a piece of cake.
Can we get Adam a piece of cake?
No, I will come out and get the cake.
Yes, he will get the cake.
Because I have finished my Q&A. That was the last question.
Oh, yay!
So that was 100 questions. I think it was about 94 questions, to be honest.
Did you seriously do 94 questions?
I did 94 questions in 20 minutes, but I'll cut it down to about 10.
Wow.
I don't know. Oh, thank you.
Cake.
It's a cake!
But yeah, that was a few questions. I don't know if people genuinely are interested about me and my life, but there you go. I don't really do Q&As, so if you want to see more Q&As, I will post on Instagram about it. But follow me on Instagram for like more posts about these Q&As.
Yeah, and of course, weekly car meets, guys.
Weekly car meet calendars as well.
Because you don't want to miss out on some of the great events he attends, even if the police get involved.
But I think I'm going to finish my cake and enjoy the rest of my day here at Goodwood in the Cobra. Sorry if you didn't like this video, but you could have clicked off it about 5 minutes ago, at least. I mean, that's your fault if you didn't enjoy the video.
If you don't like it,
skip it. Go to another video.
guys.
Go watch some like Happy Tree Friends. Who remembers Happy Tree Friends?
How about the Gumby Bear or whatever it is?
But for now, I guess I'm going to have to
I've got to
say
go back over there because my car.
thanks for watching.
Thank you.